A. Informelle. Hello all, my name is Shivani Jain and today we are going to do the questions formal and informal. So, commençons, let's start. So guys, I have written 4 questions here, the basic questions. So, I have written it in English and then informal, formal and the answer. So guys, French is a language wherein we have genders for each and every noun. So we categorize them as masculine and feminine and singular, plural and also formal, informal like in Hindi. So just to give you an example, like in Hindi we have tu and aap. Tu is for the people who are of your age, for example your friends, your brothers, your younger brothers, your younger sisters, or people of the same age or lesser than you. And we use aap. Aap kaise hain? Aap kya kar rahe hain? For the people who are elder than you. For example, your principal, your teachers, your parents, etc. So the same way we have in French, like informal and formal. So let's start learning the questions. So we'll start with the basic one. What is your name? So we call it in informal, comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Which means, what is your name? If we do the literal translation, it becomes, how do you call yourself? Because comment means how. So how do you call yourself? This is informal. So if we go to the formal one, it is comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? Which means, आपका नाम क्या है? Here it was, तेरा नाम क्या है? So the answer would be same because the question is same. It is just the difference of formal and informal, but the answer will remain same. I will say my name is Shivani. So I have given the example, je m'appelle Ria. Je m'appelle Ria. So there are 2 questions, but the answer is 1 because the question is same. Next, where do you live? In the informal one, we will ask like, où habites-tu? Où habites-tu? Où means where. Formally, we will ask, où habitez-vous? Où habitez-vous? Where do you live? आप कहाँ रहते हैं? और तू कहाँ रहता है? The answer would be same again. The answer is, j'habite à Delhi. For example, I live in Delhi, so I will write, j'habite à Delhi. I live in Delhi. The third one, how old are you? What is your age? How old are you? So we will ask like, quel âge as-tu? In the informal one. Quel âge as-tu? Which means, तेरी उम्र क्या है? In the formal one, we call it as, quel âge avez-vous? What is your age? आपकी उम्र क्या है? So quel âge avez-vous? Here it is as-tu, here it is avez-vous. So the answer again will be only 1. So what is the answer? J'ai 12 ans. So you can say j'ai 6 ans, 7 ans, 8 ans, 9 ans, whatever. So I am 12 years old. So guys, it is not a literal translation. These are fixed answers. So these are certain expressions in French. So you have to go the way it is. So the next one comes, how are you? How are you? So the question informally is, comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? So, तू कैसा है या तू कैसी है? In the formal one, the question is, comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Here I have done the liaison, to. So I pronounce the letter T. Comment allez-vous? Means आप कैसे हैं? Here it was, तू कैसा है या तू कैसी है? यहाँ पे आप कैसे हैं? So the answer would be, je vais bien, merci. I'm fine, thank you. Je vais bien, merci. So here in this topic, informal you can consider it as tu and formal is like up. So it is a little simple trick which you can just remember in your mind while you're asking the question. So when you're asking the question to your mom, what is your name? So you say, okay, aap hai, so it means I have to use a vous. So you will ask, comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? So in In short, you can remember this. Tu is tu and wu is up. So let's move on to the introduction. We will be learning how to introduce yourself or how to present yourself in 5 or 6 lines. Okay, so let's learn how to introduce oneself. So, présentez-vous. Introduce yourself. So, if I want to introduce myself, I will first greet that person. Then I will introduce myself in probably 5 lines, 6 lines, and then I will end the introduction. So, how do we start? We say bonjour or salut. So, bonjour is like a formal way of greeting, and salut is the informal way of greeting, which means bonjour means hello, salut means hi. So I would say bonjour. So then je m'appelle Nikita Verma. Okay, je m'appelle Shivani Jain. May just for the example I have written Nikita Verma. So je m'appelle Nikita Verma means my name is Nikita Verma. So you can write your name. J'ai 15 ans. J'ai 15 ans. Which means I am 15 years old. So you can write 12 ans, 13 ans, 2 ans, 13 ans, so whatever your age is. So you can write it in French. Then j'habite à Mumbai. J'habite à Mumbai, which means I live in Mumbai. So you can write the city wherever you live in. Then je suis étudiante. Je suis étudiante. Étudiante, which means I am student. So here one thing to note that I have put an E here, étudiante, since I have written the name in feminine. Nikita is a name of a girl. So Nikita will write je suis étudiante with an E. For example, if a boy is introducing himself, he will not write E. Instead, he will write only étudiant. Étudiant without an E. So he will say je suis étudiant, but here the subject is feminine, so she will say je suis étudiante. The next is je suis indienne. Je suis indienne, which means I am Indian. So we are talking about the nationality. So again here is the feminine role and the masculine role. So if a girl is introducing herself, she will say indienne with double N-E. But if a boy is introducing himself, he will say indien without N and E. So it is indien for a girl, indien for a boy. Then we will end the introduction. It is merci, au revoir, thank you, goodbye. Guys, I also want you to introduce yourself and do send to me. To see more, just subscribe the channel. Thank you. Merci, au revoir.